Hey everybody, this is Troy Alexander, Inspiration with Troy Alexander. We are excited to be back one more time. I am so grateful. We have an amazing guest. Listen, our broadcast is about uplifting you and inspiring you to go get your dream. Our motto is dream, take that step and walk with purpose into your destiny. I'm so excited. We have an amazing guest. We want to encourage you. Go get that dream. We believe in you. Listen, hold on. Don't ever let go of who you are, what you're destined for, because you are destined for so much more. So tonight, we are honored to have this amazing guest. Listen, I have a brief bio of her before I give you her name. But listen, she is the National Honor Society President. She is the DECA Vice President Program for students interested in business. Has a one-year internship with Chase and Company at F.C. Tucker. Listen, she started her own initiative, called E.A.S.E, Educate, Achieve, Smile, and Empower in 2018. The purpose is to spread the message of kindness across the globe and bringing smiles to communities. Listen, Vani has spoken to over 2,000 individuals. Yes, 2,000 individuals, including kids, to inspire the next generation of service leaders. Listen, she has held numerous city, state, and national pageant titles. Let's welcome Vani Sharma. How are you, Vani?
Thank you so much. I'm doing wonderful. How are you?
I am fantastic. I'm so excited to have you on our broadcast tonight. So listen, I got to ask, there's so much that we want to talk about, and we have such a short time, but listen, you are the president of your high school's National Honor Society. First, what an amazing honor. And I got to ask you, was this something that you desired or you wanted, or did somebody encourage you, or how did this all happen?
Yes, so first of all, thank you so much for the amazing introduction. I love the energy. I actually started thinking about National Honor Society when I was in junior high. We had a program called National Junior Honor Society, and I loved it, being able to volunteer across schools in my community and just get connected. But I would say that, being a part of a leadership position wasn't something that I just inherently possessed. But leadership was always something that I had wanted to try, like as a position. When I was in school, I would often have to take initiative in groups, and that, kind of encouraged me to just try it. Why not, go for it? Because the worst that can happen is just you won't get the position, and that's not the end of the world. And so I decided to go for it. In high school, I was like, you know what, I'm not going to shy away anymore. I'm going to go for it. I'm going to try. And I ended up being elected as the volunteer coordinator my first year in National Honor Society, which was last year, my junior year of high school. And then this year, I ran again for president my senior year of high school. And, the reason why I did was the teachers were like, you know what, you should really try. All of the past officers was like, you should just go for it. Like I said, the worst thing that can happen is just you won't get the position. But I went for it, and I'm very glad that I did, because I was able to become the president. And I'm just so grateful that my chapter saw the potential in me to lead our chapter forward. So, yes.
Wow. Wow, wow. So first of all, I'll give you applause.
Thank
This
you
is
so much.
amazing, amazing. I wanted to ask you about confidence. We didn't talk about this before, but where do you think your confidence came from to want to go for that kind of platform? Because I mean, that is like from vice president to like, what gave you the confidence that you could do that?
Yeah, so there's definitely two things I think that really led me to feel a little bit more confident in myself. And one is the experience, and two is the people. So when we're talking about experience, I was actually very shy. Like my second grade self, when I was in elementary school, I was so shy. My second grade teacher told me she would throw a party for me if I talked in class. I was definitely not the extrovert at that time. But I got a letter in the mail a few years later, and I started pageantry in 2016. And that definitely transformed me because it really pushed me to, go on stage. I had to take part in public speaking. I had to just really push myself to talk to people. And I think that got me out of that comfort zone that I was just in for so long. And I was just able to learn a lot more about myself and my potential through that. And so I started my service initiative, kind of like you mentioned, E.A.S.E, Educate, Achieve, Smile, and Empower, in 2018. That was officially like my first leadership position, if you will. But I believe that, leading that gave me the confidence to know that I can do something like this.
Yes.
And being able to translate that into high school experiences has been amazing. And so the people, I'd say, have definitely who have supported me, my family, and my group of friends and peers. I feel like their support and their encouragement is the reason why I was able to become president and just able to be confident in my leadership skills.
Wow. Wow. Well, listen, I have to ask you, it's wonderful that others see this. What do you think they saw in you that said to them,
Mhm.
Vani, we want her as our leader?
Yeah, so I would say one thing was my passion for service.
Wow.
National Honor Society is really big on not just honor within academics, but also within our community, having that same honor and passion. And so I've actually been volunteering ever since I was a kindergartner. And while I was shy, my family really, took it as our way to give back because as a kindergartner, my older sister, Anita, she had to actually go through a major brain surgery. And during that time, we stayed at the Ronald McDonald House, my family, and it was very difficult and challenging time, but there was volunteers there who really gave us hope and
Wow.
provided us so much of that joy and just being able to try to bounce back from that experience. And I'm so grateful that she was able to be discharged. And, that is when my family felt that it was our time to give back and do
Wow.
the same thing for other families going through similar situations that, my family went through. And so that's when we started volunteering. And since then, I haven't stopped. And it's been, I think, 11 or 12 years continuously, just volunteering, doing whatever I can to serve my community. And like I said, like I've grown so much learning about what it means to be a servant leader and what it means to give back. And I think, my friends knowing that about me, they were really encouraging for me to try out this role in an organization that's really big about community service.
Wow. Wow. First of all, how is your sister doing?
She's amazing. She's about to graduate college, and she's going to be doing her master's program in the fall in the same
Wonderful.
university that I'll be going in as well. So we'll be there together. I'll be
Wow.
there for my undergrad, and she'll be doing her master's. So we're very excited.
That is phenomenal, Vani. That is
Yes.
awesome. That is a
And she's
wonderful.
also the author of 2 books now. She wrote Stolen Friendship and True Genius. And so she's
Wow.
accomplished so much. I'm so proud of her.
How is it to have two brilliant sisters in the same house and then going to the same school? That's amazing. I
I
love
know my parents are so glad we're going to the same place because it makes it easier for them.
I'm sure it does. That is awesome. I love how it was that experience, and you have given so much to others. I love the beautiful heart that you have and how you give, and but you don't only give, but what I love about you is even with your initiative, you want to do it with kindness. Why
Mhm.
was kindness such a big part of your platform to include that as you go out and talk to others?
Yes, so I believe that kindness is very, very important, just in everyday life, but especially for the youth. I know for me, I got exposed to community service and kindness at a very young age, seeing how that reflects from people into my family, and then also, what we can do for others. It really gave me a sense of gratitude that it takes a lot of maturity to gain that kind of gratitude. And I was able to get that from the experience we went through. So I wanted to make sure that I give back to the youth members of today because they are the future leaders of tomorrow.
Yes.
And it's important that, we show them that they have the potential to do whatever they set their minds to. One of the biggest things that I advocate for is that age is no barrier to what we can accomplish together,
Wow.
whether it is, community service, doing a project, or even any goal that we like to accomplish. accomplish. If the kids don't know that, you know, they have that potential, they're never going to actually want to try. And for me, you know, I'm so grateful, like I said, for my friends and family who pushed me to know that, yes, I do have that potential. And so that's exactly what I'm trying to do through kindness presentations within E.A.S E, to show the other kids that they truly can accomplish anything.
Wow. Wow. Listen, I won't be surprised if I'm looking at the television and all of a sudden you hear the nominee for president of the United States. Listen, I'm telling you, there is truly no limit to what you can achieve, Vani. I'm so
Absolutely.
proud of you and all that you've done.
Thank
And
you.
listen, you continue to excel in what you do. I'm so proud of you again and again. And listen, not only that, everyone, not only is she the president of the National Honor Society, but she's the vice president of DECA. Listen, DECA is this platform, right, for high school, college, to really focus on business and growth. Tell me about your involvement with DECA and how you became vice president.
Yes, so I'm actually the DECA Vice President of Service, specifically, and I love DECA. I got involved my sophomore year of high school, and basically what it is it is a business-based club. It stands for Distributive Education Clubs of America, but that's a lot of mumbo jumbo for basically preparing high school students for, you know, their careers ahead. And while I said it is a business club, I do believe that it provides you those essential communication skills. For me, you know, I compete in something called a case study where I'm presented, it's kind of like an impromptu event. I'm presented with a certain case and I have 10 minutes to read over this business problem. And then I have 10 minutes to present my solution to the judge. So I have that time to read and, you know, take notes and then find a solution all within that, you know, 20-minute frame of presentation and prep. So it's definitely been a lot of, you know, difficulties, but it's also challenged me to think on my feet and to really get my feet wet into working with business scenarios. And since I want to go into the field of business, getting involved in this clubs definitely has allowed me to explore that passion even more. And being involved as an officer, you know, for both my junior and senior years of high school, I think I've been able to become a lot more involved and, you know, just contribute back to the membership and, you know, the overall composure of my team. Because we actually was able to go from, I think, about like 50 to 70 members to now like about 200. And so we were able to double that all within a year. And so being able to be a part of that and just see the chapter grow, I think is one of the best parts of it all.
Wonderful, wonderful. Can you please make me a promise?
Yes.
When you are on the cover of Fortune 500, I want an original signature. Can you promise me that?
Absolutely, absolutely.
Okay, listen, y'all, you heard it here, right? She promised me an original signed
Y'all
copy.
are the witnesses.
Listen, I think it's so amazing. And what is it about business? I mean, what you know, what is it about that area that you wanted that inspired you? Was it someone you saw? There's someone you know? Like, what inspired you to go in that pathway?
Yes, so even when I was younger, I was always intrigued by, you know, just like going to the grocery store. I was intrigued by the way that we would exchange this like paper and then get goods.
Wow.
And that paper was obviously, you know, dollars. And I would even, you know, I was confused about like all these numbers in the store, like as I was, you know, very young. And that kind of got me intrigued into the sector of finance. And so for the longest time, I thought I wanted to do finance and I was really set on that. But then, you know, growing up and going to high school, I was able to notice a lot more about the fields and the views of the whole business industry. I remember a specific time I was watching, this was like a while back, I was watching my dad talk with a salesman, and he was like really marketing this car, like he was really going for it. And I was just observing all of this, and it got me so interested into marketing. And so that's what I have declared as my major, actually going in the fall, marketing and business analytics. But I definitely am so open to all the other possibilities of business. I think I love that you can involve yourselves into any sector, whether it's finance, accounting, or, you know, supply chain or marketing. And there's just so many variety and options. And I think, you know, just being able to see how the economy works and having that interest early on is what led me to really just, it just really fueled my passion even more for business.
Everyone, I know you can see it because I can. You can see why Vani is president, vice president, CEO, right? All of that. So I'm not going to be surprised if one day I look up on CNN, Fox, NBC, ABC as this consultant to these networks about business and finance. I'm telling you, Vani, I'm going to see you there.
That's the dream. That's the dream.
No, listen, I see the reality of your dream. I really do, because you are so amazing in terms of just your presentation. I got to ask you, because I love the fact that it's about service, right? And you're giving to others, and how you talked about how you've spoken to over like 2,000 individuals, including young people. What do you hope, every opportunity that you have to speak in those platforms, what do you hope that, especially our youth, what do you hope that they walk away with, either knowing or feeling, just from what you have to say?
Yeah, I believe that they should really have this sense of, purpose. That's what I'm there to
Wow.
instill, is that they have a purpose within themselves and they just need somebody to tell them that they can. And if I can be that person to, at least one young individual, I believe that that's, life-changing of all. Because for me, when I was younger, my family was that microphone within me that really inspired me to serve my community, to get involved, and just to serve others. And so for me, I really want the individuals that I visit first to know that they're valued and that they have so much potential, but also that they can accomplish anything. Like I said before, they just need that extra push to know that they can. And I think that can really take them, if they just know that, if they remember and go back to that moment, then I feel like it's a motivation to fuel them to go accomplish any dream or goal.
Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Listen, when you go on your world tour, if you need a media, like a photographer, like just like consider me.
You're the first to call.
No,
I love it. Thank you.
no, listen, I think it's awesome. And I mean, it's a testament, right? Because I read in your bio, that well, let me go back and ask you this, because you talked about purpose. When did you know what your purpose? Because so many people, like, they're in their 30s, don't know their purpose, in their
Right.
40s. When did you know, like this is me, like this is who I am? Like, did something happen that said, you know what, I know who I am, I know where I want to be, and now let me set the course? When did that happen, if you know?
Yeah, I think that a sense of purpose is something I'm still, obviously I don't have like everything figured out, and that's just part of growing and experiencing life. But I do think that service as a purpose really came to me just from within my family. I think my family has always been very service oriented, and specifically my mom. I feel like she's always been very encouraging. She'll come with me to volunteer in all of these random places, and like she always would be so up for everything. And so she was always the one who really pushed me to continue to do more, because she saw that potential in me. And like I said, that's really what helps you to be more confident in who you are, just knowing that you can do something. And I think I really felt that sense of purpose actually coincidentally when I was running for volunteer coordinator my first year of National Honor Society. Someone came up to me and they were like, "I'm so glad you're doing this because service is your thing." And I was like, I never really thought of it as like, part of who I am. But it was that moment that made me realize that this is something that has been a part of my life for so long. And it's kind of become a part of me. It's become a part of my personality. When I talk to people about what I like to do, or even, in my bio, service is always there. And so for me, while it's something that's great to just, involve yourself in the community, I think it's become part of who I am. And I know that that's not something that's going to go away. And I'm just so excited to continue to do anything that I can to serve the community and to continue to encourage the youth to know that they can too.
I love that. I love that. Listen, I don't have an applause button, so I have to keep doing it.
Thank
I
you.
wanted to ask you, you talked about, I love service, you talked about kindness, and as a leader, like, you're in the spotlight. How, in the world of social media now, right? Because sometimes young people can be so unkind, and social media can be so unkind. how have you been able to stay focused and not be consumed by negative comments or this and that, whether it's through school or pageantry or this or that? How have you been able to deal with that and stay kind?
Yeah, when you put yourself on social media, you're technically already in the spotlight because putting yourself out there, there's a lot of, even consequences that can come along with it. But you always want to think, at least for me, I always like to think about the positive side. I mean, I've definitely been hurt by imposter syndrome several times. If you're scrolling, you're like, I wish I could be like that person. But in those moments, I've learned to just kind of snap back at it because social media is just a highlight reel of people's lives. They might not be telling the full story,
Right.
but what we can do for others is to celebrate them when they're sharing those amazing moments in their life, whether they're, getting an award or they're just on an amazing vacation. Just celebrate that, because once we celebrate each other, then social media becomes a little bit more of a positive space.
Yes.
And we know that, obviously we won't want to share negative moments in life, but I think that it's really important that even if we do, like for me, I like to share just even if I'm not wearing makeup, if I'm wearing makeup, all these things, because when people see it, they feel a sense of relatability and authenticity. And I think that's really important to showcase on social media. So no matter what other people are posting, be happy for them, show your support for them, but also know that, as a person, if you're able to relate to the audience, that shows so much more about who you are. And that connecting and relatable aspect, I think, is something that your followers will definitely appreciate.
Wow.
And so that's something that I try to showcase on social media because I think it is so important. Also, just to create, like I said, that positive atmosphere, and that leaves no room for negativity.
Wow. 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 Listen, when is your book coming out?
I don't know. I've always wanted to write one. So definitely still thinking about it, but hopefully soon.
Yes, because your insight and perspective is so powerful. It's
Thank you.
so not only that, but it's profound. I love that about you, Vani. That is amazing. I love that. Oh my goodness.
Thank you so much. I
And and
appreciate
and
it.
and when is your podcast coming out? Because I am sure, and your ebook, right? Because people want to listen because you have that voice and that presence about you that is so inspiring and uplifting. So I'm just
Appreciate that.
saying,
Thank
just saying.
you.
So I got to ask you, listen, not only that, but you have an internship with Chase and Company at
Mhm.
FC Tucker. Listen, what was that like? Like, did you have to go through an interview process? How was that? And then, if yes, like, what was that moment like when you was like chosen?
hmm I think that for us, our school gives us an amazing opportunity to be a part of an internship throughout senior year. And so I was very excited because I haven't had like a real, on-site job before. And so this was technically like my first like corporate kind of job. And
Wow.
so I was definitely very excited to take part in this program. And we did have to go through an interview process. And I'm so grateful for pageantry for giving me the skills to be confident in those moments because, an interview can be very intimidating. And
Yes,
not to say I still get intimidated sometimes. That's just a part of your,
yes,
natural as a
yes,
human
yes.
being. The nerves will always be there. But I think that, being able to show who you are and really show why you want something or, certain position or a certain job, I think is very important. And when I was interviewing, I had, my resume and I was talking to them about business and marketing and all of the things that I wanted to accomplish. Now, real estate wasn't something that was like, oh, like I want to do real estate, that kind of thing.
Mhm.
But I think it really taught me once I was selected that every business has marketing, every business
Yes.
has finance. All of these parts are components of an industry. I mean, like everything is a business, really. And so it really taught me the value of that and a value of contributing to that. So when I found out, I was definitely a little bit nervous, getting into real estate and just seeing what that's all about. But excuse me, fast forward months from then, I think I've gained a lot into what real estate is all about. Really, how is a business able to develop, and just being able to contribute to that has been amazing. And I have such an incredible group of people in Chase & Co. They're always willing to encourage, help us try new things, even things that might be scary. Like recently, I had to give a call to the FC Tucker services to, coordinate a project. We're doing a client appreciation event. And so that was definitely a little scary.
Wow.
But I think that it allowed me to continue to grow and develop. And that's really what an internship is all about. So I'm definitely very, very grateful to have been chosen and selected for this opportunity, because no matter if it was real estate or anything else, I believe that all of those experiences in life allow you to become more successful in the future. It teaches you things that you might not think is important in the moment, but it comes back and it's like, you know what, I learned that, and that's really helping me out right now. So
Wow. Listen, I love how you talked about how pageantry helped you and what that experience has poured into you to help you even grow even more. I love that. And so I'm just, are you ready? Like, I just want you to be ready, because you're probably going to be offered a position before college. So I just want you to be ready, like to process that, to be like, okay, do I take a seven-figure job now, or do I go to college and then come? So just get ready.
thank
So,
you.
absolutely. So I wanted to recognize again, you already know how amazing Vani is and phenomenal and priceless and all those things, right? But listen, she was also received one of the country's highest recognized undergraduate business scholarships. My goodness, that will allow her the opportunity to participate in the advanced curriculum experience and business honors at Indiana University, Bloomington. Listen, please tell us, what was that like to get that scholarship?
That was actually crazy. I was definitely not expecting it. But I'll kind of walk you through how it went, and everything that happened. So we have, like, obviously, applying for scholarships and things like that. I got this email one day saying that, oh, you've been selected as a finalist for the certain scholarship. And Indiana University, has always been my top choice since I started high school. And it's been a place that I've always wanted to go and, explore more, because it has an amazing business program. They're number 8 in the country, and number 3 for marketing. And while those are, I know that they're just numbers, but they are just really evident that it's an amazing program. But even when I visited IU in the past, I've been able to see that really translate, that they are more than just those numbers. They have so much to offer, and a lot of amazing things. And so this scholarship was definitely one of those amazing things. And I went in for an interview. It was amazing because they had, like, all expense paid. They were like, we're giving you, like, this, it was a 2-day event. So it was definitely very, very interesting to see, because, a scholarship interview is a little different than when it comes to, like, a pageant interview. But they definitely have a lot of similarities and crosses. So another thing that pageantry prepared me for. But when I got to the actual interview site, I was again hit by imposter syndrome, because everybody there was so accomplished. They were so amazing and so deserving and talented. And that was not something I was prepared for, in that moment.
Right.
But once I was giving those interviews, I had to take that step back and recognize that, yes, they are amazing and so deserving, but so am I, so am I. That's why I'm there too. And that's definitely really hard, I think, for even as teens, to really recognize that we all have that potential. We all are so deserving, because once you think that you're not deserving, or that you're not, worthy of something, you've lost that battle. So it's important to keep that confidence and keep that going, because it's just really important to believe in ourselves. And so I went into that interview. I was like, you know what, whatever happens for a reason. And I just had fun, showed them who I am. And when I got that call a couple days later that I got the scholarship, I was so, so excited, because of the amazing group to be a part of. And so definitely so, so grateful and excited to embark on that new journey.
Wow. And there are so many key aspects to what you're saying, Vani, that are so, like, powerful in terms of knowing your worth. Wow. I mean, to walk into a room, because so many people, Vani, would have walked in and walked out, right? Because they said there's so many people accomplished here. How
Yeah.
how am I going to have a chance to
Exactly.
right get picked?
Yeah.
But you took a moment and reflected, you said, and said, no, I'm worthy of being here because I'm here. And that is so many young people, right? Don't take a moment to reflect. They just react.
Right.
You took a moment to reflect, and I love that about you. And you stayed. You didn't leave. I love that. Thank you. Thank you for
Yeah.
staying, because that your testimony, your story is not, right now, whether those watching live or those that are going to watch it later, is uplifting them, because so many have walked into the room and walked out. But you
Right.
said, not today.
And the worst thing that can happen is that I don't get the scholarship, right? So why not try? Like I
Wow.
said, I feel like that's been a very core theme of this. Just try, just put
Yes.
your effort, because if you don't, you never know what could happen.
Wow.
And despite what other people are saying, like if you know that you are worthy, that you know that you have
Yeah.
potential to do something, then do it.
Wow.
Do it. Don't give up on yourself that
Right.
easily. So
Right.
definitely a great life lesson I'm so grateful for.
Wow. Well, to know that you're priceless with kindness is wonderful. I
Oh,
mean,
thank
that
you
is
so
because
much.
because you're so humble. Like you don't walk around like, oh, I'm the president. No, but you have this wonderful grace about you, and I can see why people want to follow you and listen to you and hear what you have to say. And I think it's wonderful that you take that opportunity and that platform and you respect it, and you don't abuse it. You don't. But I love that about you. So thank you so much for staying in the room. And I am happy. And Chase and Co, they are so, oh my goodness, they are so, listen, I'm excited for them because of you. So I'm just saying,
Oh.
that's what I'm excited about. So, and I have to ask you again, you've done so much. You've done pageantry, you're into this business, you're getting ready to go to college, and you're winning awards and this and that. And then again, I'm saying here, I didn't read anywhere in your bio about modeling, being on the cover of magazines. And I'm like, Vani, you need to put a portfolio together and submit it to every magazine. I'm just saying. So is that something that you're ever considering or you ever thought about?
Yeah, I feel like modeling is so much fun. Even being in pageants, you get the opportunity to model, whether it's in, the onstage competitions or even in their optional competitions. But I think that, being involved in pageantry kind of gave me a little bit of an insight into the modeling field. And I actually modeled for Mark DeFang a couple years ago, and it was so much fun. I love, I have so many of their shoes. So being able to, go there and just get to walk in New York Fashion Week was such a surreal experience. And I also have a shoe named after me in Mark DeFang. So go check it out. It's called the Vani. And I love them so much. You can wear them with anything. So definitely go check it out. But I will say, modeling has been something that's just so much fun to do. And I hope to continue to be involved in the future. I recently did a couple local boutiques modeling for them, and it's always just a great experience. But I definitely want to continue doing that on the side.
Listen, I'm telling you, anytime you're in New Jersey, New York, Philadelphia, we have to connect so we can do a photo shoot, because you are
Yes.
just awesome and phenomenal. And
Thank
to have your own shoot, the Vani. Listen, y'all gotta, I don't know the website, but we gotta add it on here or put the link or something.
Yes.
Go get the Vani, y'all. Go get the
Yes. Just go to markdefang.com and then search up my name, or markdefang.com/Vani. You should be able to find it.
Wow. I don't even have a shoe, but go ahead, Vani. I was so proud of you. I love that.
Thank
That
you.
is so amazing. Listen, and listen, anytime you walk for New York Fashion Week, definitely let me know when you're coming, because
Definitely.
I
Yes.
I've not done his show yet, but I will definitely put in for a media pass if I know you're going to be there.
Yeah.
So awesome. So proud. And not only that, everybody, listen, I wanted to acknowledge as well, at the last DECA State Career Development Conference, she was awarded the 2024 Marketing Communication State Champion. Oh my goodness. Listen, where does it end? I mean, you continue to shine everywhere you go. What was that experience like?
Yeah, so definitely very surreal, very exciting, because being a part of DECA definitely has allowed me, like I said, to get involved in business or learn a little bit about the field. And with marketing being something that I wanted to go into, I was definitely excited to try the marketing communications event, which I explained a little bit earlier, was basically you get a scenario and you have 10 minutes to read
Yes,
it and
yes,
write your note
yes.
cards with your solution, and then 10 minutes to present that to a judge. And so you, along with that, you take a marketing cluster exam as well. And so preparing for that definitely was a lot. A lot of people, I think, don't see what goes on behind the scenes, all the, work that you put in, all of the practice and preparation. But I think being able to be a part of all of that and working really hard to get my test scores up, working hard to present myself in the way that I thought was, possible to do in the sense of being professional, as well as showcasing my solutions. So when I was awarded that, I was so like, I was shaking, when they were calling these names, like for each, the places. And then when they said first, I was like, please, please. And then they called my name. I was so excited because, when you see your hard work pay off, I think it makes that moment even more memorable.
Wow.
And so being able to receive that, I was just so thankful, and it qualifies me for the International Career Development Conference. And so I will be in California for that coming up in late April. So very excited to represent Indiana DECA.
Wonderful. Oh my goodness, Vani, you are just phenomenal, even more phenomenal than I knew, but I mean, you're just awesome. Wow. So listen, everybody, that's amazing. I'm so proud of you. I'm
Thank
excited
you
for
so
you,
much.
and I have no doubt that you will shine as you shined in Indiana and you shine across the world. You'll shine in California as well. So we're so proud of you.
Thank you.
And
Send all the good vibes. Send all the
yes,
best wishes.
absolutely. We got you. We got you for sure. Listen, we're in your cheering section. We are there
Thank you.
cheering for you and rooting for
I
you.
love it.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. So listen, everybody, she's not only about business. She has this passion for Indian classical dance. I'm not even going to try to say the name. She'll say the name, but also she plays the clarinet. Please give us like those express your love for the dance and clarinet. And do you do anything else?
Yes. So I love playing the clarinet. It's something that I do right now in my free time. I was involved in my school band for about 6 years, and it's always so amazing being able to play a part of a group. But I also got the opportunity to do solo performances as well, which I was terrified of because, if you play an instrument, it's especially a wind instrument, the weather and your surrounding kind of controls your sound in a way. And so you don't always have full control of how you sound or if you squeak or things like that. But the best thing to do is just keep going, show all the dynamics and everything that you can do to make that piece memorable. And so for me, that's always taught me the importance of, never giving up and just keep going no matter what happens. And I think even doing dance has taught me that as well. I've been doing Bharatanatyam, which is Indian classical dance, for the last 10 years. And it's definitely been, I'm not like perfect at every single step the first time. It takes a lot of practice and, dedication to keep working at a, specific step or a specific dance. And it's really, like I said, taught me the importance of continuing to work hard and to know that even if you fall the first time, you can get
Yes,
back up and
yes,
continue and,
absolutely.
just keep going with it. And I was so honored. I completed my dance Arangetram, which basically signifies the end of your learning journey, but the start of your professional learning journey. And so I completed that in India this past December. And it was so amazing. It was like 90 degrees. I was dancing outside for an hour straight, 90 degrees weather. It was crazy.
Wow.
But I think, being able to have several relatives and family there just made it so memorable. And I'm very, very grateful to my guru, my teacher, who believed in me, who continuously, poured in me over the past 10 years and continues to support me. And so it's definitely been a journey of self-growth and discovering about myself through even just, my interests such as playing the clarinet and dance. But I think that it's really shaped me into the person that I am today.
Wow, wow. Listen, do you do anything else? Do you tap dance? Do you play the trumpet as well? Do you play piano? What else do you do?
I actually speak about uh 4 languages, I believe 4 languages: English, Tamil, Hindi, and a little bit of Spanish. But I also like to, so I like to kind of do that in a little bit in my free time when I go to like a restaurant or something here, or when I visit, foreign countries as well, or when I'm visiting India. But I just love to be involved in, whatever I can. And I don't play another instrument, but I do Bollywood dance, which is another kind of Indian dance. That's actually the one I started with when I was like 3 years old, and then I kind of transitioned into classical dance when I got older. So yes.
Wow. Well, listen, all I know is you are multi-amazing,
Oh, thank you
multi-talented,
so much.
multi-amazing, and I love it. I love it. I want to just a few more questions. I won't keep you, but um, you've done so much, and there's so much more that's to come for you.
Absolutely.
What would you say has been one of the most challenging parts of your journey thus far, and why?
Yeah, one thing I would say is like I said, or I guess I could talk about 2 things. One thing would be imposter syndrome, like I mentioned. I think
Yes.
that is something that continuously just hits you out of nowhere. It's
Right.
almost like that, the what is it, the devil and angel, on the shoulder.
Yes.
One side is telling you, you can't do it, you can't do it. And then the other side is like, go, keep going. And there's this ongoing mental battle. And so whether I'm in school, in competitions, or doing, anything, sometimes that just hits you out of nowhere. You don't expect it, kind
Right.
of like I talked about before. But it's, like I said, it's really important to just kind of recognize that and take a step back and have that awareness within yourself. That's really helped me to overcome those feelings when they arise. And it's something that it continues to happen. It's not something that'll just go away on its own. But if you know your worth, if you know that you are capable, and keep repeating those positive affirmations, I think that's what can really take you far in life,
Right.
is what I've learned. And so that would definitely be one struggle or challenge. Despite what people around you might say, you have to continuously keep going, keep going towards your dreams, because that's really important. And the second thing I think is your potential. I think for me, I organized a virtual talent showcase to help underprivileged children in India in 2020. So that was during the pandemic. That I was planning that, and then we executed in 2021. But it was definitely very challenging because people around me were like, "Oh, this is not going to happen. Like, you should just quit. You shouldn't do it. Like it's so difficult to get this many people together, and on top of that, doing something virtually over Zoom." But I was like, no, like this was something that I had promised myself I was going to do, and it was definitely hard. It took a lot of, blood, sweat, and tears, I'd say. Not like actual blood, no, but the tears were there. Tears were
Right.
there. But
Right.
it's, an
Yeah.
expression of, that hard work and the
Yes.
things that went into it. And I feel like those are the challenging experiences that help you overcome bigger hurdles in life. And if I didn't hear those people, doubting me, I would have never been able to get across to over 100 people, and prove them wrong that this is possible.
Wow. I love it. I love it. Oh my goodness. All right, listen, I can't listen. I want to keep you, but I gotta let you go because I know. But
Yes.
I want to ask you again. Is there anything else that's on your vision board that we haven't talked about that you want to give time for? Again, you've done so much in so many areas, but is there anything else that you are aspiring to reach? Any plateaus that's on your vision board?
Yeah, I would say that I've been able to involve myself a lot within high school and within, the district that I've been in school. And I want to be able to continue to do that in college. And I know in college it gets a lot, very, competitive, and there are a lot of clubs that require auditions and things like that, I know. But if you don't, like I said, if you don't put yourself through challenging experiences, if you don't put yourself out there, you're never going to be able to experience what you're capable of. And so I'm very excited to, push myself to do as much as I can, and just to learn a lot more about myself throughout those processes. I'm excited to be involved in business workshops, and hopefully, in leadership positions as well in the future, because
Yes,
it's
yes.
important to, just go for it sometimes.
Awesome, 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 awesome. And so I wanted to ask, because I always ask all my guests this question. For those who don't yet believe that their dreams can come true, what would you say to them to inspire them to hold on to their dreams?
Mhm. First of all, stop saying to yourself that you can't do it. The first thing you need to do is recognize that you are capable of so much. And, you know, like I said, age is no barrier to what we can accomplish. A lot of people around you might be telling you things that you can't do it, or they might be doubting you on certain things, but you can't let that define you, because it's not their life, it's your life, and it's up to you to take control of that, to recognize that, you know, things at times might be challenging, but you are much more stronger than that. And just continue to, you know that you are worthy and that you are capable, and repeat that self. Sometimes if I'm feeling down, I look in the mirror and I repeat positive affirmations that I am worthy, I am strong, I'll get through this. And that gives myself a little bit more of a motivation to keep going. And like I said, it can get challenging, but it's important to know that you are capable of anything that you set your mind to if you believe in yourself.
Wow. Wow. I love it. I love it, Vani. Oh my goodness. So inspiring and uplifting. Oh my goodness. Again,
Thank you so much.
I'm telling you, I wouldn't be surprised if you have your own show on television. So I got to ask, I know there's been a lot of people that have been cheering for you and rooting for you and supporting you. I just want to give you time. And sometimes people don't want to call out names because they don't want to forget anybody, but I want to give
Yes.
you time to just share. If you wanted to acknowledge anyone at this time, you can do so. That has helped you along your journey thus far.
Oh my goodness, so many people. Like you said, it's definitely, I'll probably be missing a lot of names, but I think that, everybody you meet has a certain purpose in your life. They leave a little bit of an impression on you. I feel like that's what happens when you meet people, you talk with them, they leave you with a little bit of an impression and then continue going on. And so I think every person that I've met has impacted me in some way or another. But I will say, I think my family has been through with me, through it all. And so I would say that my family, I want to give them a shout out. Thank you so much for all of your support, for supporting me through my crazy dreams, for being there with me, to advise me, to, give me so much of encouragement. Especially, my mom, she's always continuously pushing me to do more and to continue becoming that better version of myself. So Mom, I'm so thankful for you. I wouldn't be the person I am today without you. And to my dad, my grandma, my sister, thank you so much for dealing with everything that I want to do and accomplish. I'm so thankful for you and everyone. And I also want to say thank you, Troy, for giving me this opportunity. I felt so celebrated today, and I'm just so grateful that you gave me this opportunity to be a part of your show, and you're doing amazing things as well. And so congratulations on everything you have accomplished. And thank you so much again for being a part of this.
Absolutely. Well, you are worth celebrating, Vani. So I am humbled and honored that you took the time to come on our broadcast. How can people connect with you? How can they follow you? How can they get in touch with you if they want to?
Yes, so on Facebook, I have a page. It's EASE-Vani Sharma. So you can follow my service initiatives there. And I also have personal pages at Vani.Sharma05 on Instagram, and at ease_Vani also, which is my service page. So you can follow me on those two pages to see what I'm up to in terms of my personal and my service life. And you can also, if you'd like to get involved in Ease, definitely DM me, let me know. My website is ease-vani.org, so you can let me know on there as well. So a lot of ways to contact. I would love to get in touch, so definitely reach out if you want to talk.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, Vani. Any
Thank
last
you.
words that you want to have before we let you go?
I just want to say thank you so much to everybody who's watching, and thank you, Troy, again for this opportunity. This has been so much fun, and I'm excited to, continue doing the things that I'm doing, and hopefully make some connections and continue being involved with pageantry and with all the things that I'm doing. So I really appreciate your time, and I'm so grateful for having me today.
Well, thank you, Vani. Again, everybody, please, Vani Sharma, thank you so much for being an amazing guest. You are, again, amazing, phenomenal, astronomical, outstanding, priceless. Just every word that I could use to describe in the dictionary and beyond. You are that and more. And we're so proud of you. We're truly so proud of you, Vani. And I can't wait to see what's next coming for you, because I know greater is coming. And what I love about you is I know that it's not only about you, it's about service to others and with
Absolutely.
kindness. And I love that about you so much. And so everyone that is in your presence, is blessed even the more. So thank you so much for sharing your time, agreeing to come on to our platform, our show, because it's truly an honor. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Everybody,
Thank you.
absolutely. Everyone, again, thank you so much to Vani Sharma. Again, Inspiration with Troy Alexander. We come to just uplift and encourage and let you know, do not give up on your dream. Listen, our motto again is dream, take that step, and walk with purpose into your destiny. Until we meet again, thank you all so much, and go get that dream. Thank you so much, Vani.
Thank you so much.
Have a good night.